Hi everyone, welcome back to Sisters Hot Off the Press. And today's Hot Off the Press item, we are going to be discussing Miss Porsha Williams. So, Porsha, I follow Porsha on Instagram, and she said that she had posted that she was going to clear it up. She's sick of this. She's going to clear it up in the live. So I'm like, oh shoot, like what's the tea, sis? What's going on? So then she followed it up with the time that she's gonna go live. So I'm like, oh shoot, okay, I'm gonna have to tune in because I'm thinking, because Porsha has really been big on Black Lives Matter and activism and everything. So I was thinking that she was gonna make her statements and that she was gonna leave the housewives. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me go see what's going on. Well, I went over there and it wasn't that, but it was about housewives and Black Lives Matter. So, the whole thing, let me explain what I got out of her conversation. So, the whole thing was Porsha wanted to clear her name because an article that has come out or is coming out, Kenya is talking bad about Porsha in this particular article when it pertains to Black Lives Matter and her activism. So Porsha wanted to clear her name. She's tired of it. She's tired of Kenya bopping around from platform to platform talking bad on her name. So last year, with the killings of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and all of those horrible, horrible killings that happened last year, Porsha, she, wanted to get involved in the Black Lives Matter and the movement, and because she has a huge platform via social media and television via Housewives, she wanted to do something. She wanted to get active. She wanted to protest. She wanted to do something. So apparently, her and Nene were, I think she said Marlo and Tanya were in, I guess, like a group chat or whatever. And I guess this is what I got from the conversation. Because to be honest, it was a little hard to follow. I love you, Porsha, but the conversation was a little hard to follow. And I wasn't the only one thinking that. People in the comments of the live was actually saying that. Like, I'm confused, get to the point. She even pointed that out. But anyway, this is what I got from it. So, I guess they wanted to do something and put like a spotlight for the Black Lives Matter movement on, basically like showcase on housewives. So they wanted to get that together so it can, amplify the movement. So Nene wasn't talking to the other girls at the time, so Porsha was. So she said, well, Porsha, you go ahead and contact them and see if we can, do something for the movement. We all got huge platforms. Let's do that. So apparently Porsha reached out to Candy and I guess the other girls or whatever. And I guess Candy had already went to the Bravo execs and their media company or program company and already I guess was having something in the works with showcasing the Black Lives Matter movement for Housewives. So Porsha was kind of like, well, dang, I think it would have worked better instead of just one person going to the execs. If it would have worked better if us as a collective, all of us Black women on this show as a collective going to Bravo through our media company, and it would be more better. It would be more it would look good, I guess. So she went back to Nene and I guess, related to Nene and basically kind of like, I guess from what I got, it kind of like in slightly disappointed that Candy didn't just hold off and let them do it together. So, she was texting Nene back and forth saying, that's sad that, it didn't go down as a collective. It's just only going to be, I guess, through Candy's program or media company or whatever. So she said, but in the text, she said, but whatever the girls need, I'll be there to help. I'll be there to support. And Nene was like, yeah, that is sad, but, okay. So Porsha says now it's time to film the show, and the text messages between her and Nene got out to a blogger, and I guess this blogger kind of spent the narrative and made it seem that Porsha and Nene were dogging Candy, like, talking bad on her name and what she is and isn't doing for the Black Lives Matter, and just not a good look. So I guess the blogger was trying to spin that narrative. So of course it got out to Candy. Candy was, pissed off about it, and she didn't like it. It's like, like, don't try to dirty my name when I'm trying to do something good for the cause. So I guess she wanted to confront Porsha about it. So the cameras was rolling when she confronted Porsha about it. Porsha was like, well, I wasn't dogging you. I could literally show you the text messages. No, it's like a miscommunication. Those text messages that you saw were taken out of context. And I guess she was explaining if they were, discussing it, going over. And she said Kenya walked up. And we all know when Kenya comes on scene, negativity follows her. Sorry to all you Kenya fans. I know you guys gonna be mad at me, but hey, it's true. So Porsha said when Kenya came up, the conversation went left and it started to become hostile, started becoming an argument, and the girls they just started arguing. And Porsha was like, hey, I don't want this being aired because this is not a good look. We're sitting up here arguing about Black Lives Matter, which is the opposite of what we need to be doing. We need to be coming together as Black people and working for the cause. So she said she went to the Bravo exec and was like, hey, I don't think this is going to be a good look for Bravo, showcasing us as Black women arguing about Black Lives Matter. And it's not going to be good for us as a talent. So Bravo said, you know what? Yeah, they didn't want that smoke. So they said, okay, we're going to cut that. We're not going to showcase that. Boom. I guess everything was fine. Them filming the show, yada, yada, yada. I guess in real time, Kenya has been going from platform to platform, talking bad on Porsha, saying what she isn't doing for Black Lives Matter. It's all for cameras. Porsha got a scene cut out of the show because it wasn't a good look for her pertaining to the Black Lives Matter. Apparently, Kenya has been trying to spin that narrative. And she even went on Candy's show and said those same things. And Porsha is kind of ticked with Candy because she's like, Candy, you need to correct her and let her know that's not what, that's not why I went to the execs and wanted them to not air that. It was because, it would be counterproductive us trying to do something good as Black people and then us, it being shown we're arguing about this movement. And so apparently Candy was just, not clearing it up. And so apparently Candy was kind of like going along with it, not really clearing it up in the way I guess Porsha wished she would have, kind of just like, So, in this particular article, I guess this was just like the final straw for Porsha because I guess this article is like huge and it was a lot of housewives. They got a lot of interviews from different housewives and Bravo execs, And I guess, the article is huge. So Kenya is in that particular article with the same narrative about Porsha, talking bad about her activism and stating that she got scenes cut from the show because it didn't make her look bad. So I guess that was the final straw for Porsha, and she wanted to come on this live and basically call Kenya out and tell her to stop being so negative, stop spreading lies, and stop dirtying her name when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement and what she's doing in her activism. And she's basically saying, like, shame on you, Candy, for not even clearing it up. Whew! That was a mouthful, y'all. So the irony of it all is the exact thing that Porsha didn't want to get out or didn't want to get displayed on a public platform is them as Black women arguing over Black Lives Matter is exactly what's happening, being argued about on a public platform over Black Lives Matter. It's like, but she said she wanted to make this live to clear her name and to let Kenya know that she ain't playing about her activism. And she didn't want to, dirty the Black Lives Matter movement's name and what they stand for, which, and is not really good right now too, because the co-founder of the Black Lives Matter movement is getting investigated or is getting called to be investigated for fraud. So the exact same thing, she didn't want to muddy their name, is exactly what's going on right now. I'm pretty sure Kenya and Candy is going to respond. So I might be back with another update on this situation. Porsha says she's never going to talk about it again because she really didn't want to talk about it this time, but she wanted to clear her name and basically say, like, she ain't playing about her activism. So there it is, guys. That's the breakdown. That's what's happening. She's tired of freaking Kenya. And that was the gist of the live. That's what I got from the live. So let me know what you guys think about the situation in the comments below, and I'll be back with another Hot Off the Press.